It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we'll get to see a pair of teams who fought multiple times in the Super Bowl. It's the Washington Commanders and the Miami Dolphins under the lights on Sunday night.
We are about 15 miles north of downtown Miami. This is Hard Rock Stadium here in South Florida. Good to be in the booth with my partner Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Welcome, and Greg, this is one of those that's worthy of prime time because wide receivers love the spotlight as much as any position group in the league, and we got two guys who shine under the lights here tonight.
And I think where it's going to be really fun and get interesting to watch, Mike, is in those critical situations. The game's on the line, third down, red zone, gotta have it moments. There is no mystery. Both these sidelines, they know exactly where the ball's going, and they're just going to say, I dare you to stop them. These are two prime, elite wide receivers in the National Football League. Night game, prime time, they're looking to put on a show.
The veteran, Jason Sanders, ready to get us started. And off we go from South Florida. He'll take it at the 12. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Washington offense going to make their way to the field for the first time. They are led by the former Heisman Trophy winner out of LSU, Jaden Daniels.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback. This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense, and boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
On second down, it's Daniels. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
On third down, they'll throw with Daniels. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
When we had a chance to talk to the coach the other day, what did he tell us, Mike? He said, I want to come out and be aggressive right from the start. And with that big shot downfield here early, I think it's pretty safe to say that's exactly what they have done. Now the key is, can they turn that explosive play into an opening drive touchdown and really get off to a fast start?
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. On the give, it's Robinson. And that'll go for a gain of about 4. Micah Fitzpatrick up to make the stop. Here's a 2nd and 6. Another run here for Robinson. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Got to get it to the 28, but now it's third down. Oh, he's got a man. That's caught by Brown. They pick up 17 through the air. Good for a Commanders first down.
These comebacks, they require a lot of trust and timing from everybody involved. If the quarterback's a little too early, the receiver's not out of his break. But if the quarterback's a little too late, that's when disaster can strike. So give credit. Really well timed. Really nice job by both guys.
And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. He'll get this count to the left flat. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Ninth play of this opening drive, trying to keep it going here on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Robinson.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th down. The tight end Ertz in motion. They'll go. It's Robinson. And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on 4th down.
Well, Mike, it's pretty clear early in this game the message they want to send is we are going to be aggressive on offense. And that's exactly what they did there, going for it on 4th down early. But it's the defense that comes through and forces the turnover on downs.
The Miami offense will make their way onto the field, led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Tua Tagovailoa.
One of the few southpaws we have playing quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and while he doesn't have one of the strongest arms, he makes up for it with great anticipation and pinpoint accuracy. So what it does, it allows him to...
And that pressure too great. He's going to be sacked in the end zone. And that is a safety. Well, that's certainly a way to break a 0-0 ball game. A safety, first points on the board, and the lead is now the bizarre score of 2-0.
Well, Mike, I don't think anybody had that on their bingo card. I mean, for a safety to be the first points of a ball game is pretty uncommon, but a great job there by the defense, capitalizing on the field position and coming away with the 2.
So now, following the safety to open the scoring, it's 2-0, and here's the free kick from the 20. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Gets a quick throw over to Samuel. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. Samuel has it working the middle. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
Here's 2nd and 2. Keep it in the air. Here's Daniels. He's going to keep it himself. And Daniels will have the 1st down as he's able to slide and avoid the contact. That's 17 yards, and that's a 1st down.
And this is something the defense knew they had to contain coming in today, Mike. They worked all week on containing this quarterback, but here we are, early on in the game, a nice scramble there, good yardage, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
He's got his tight end. There's Ertz. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll motion over Samuel. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And the Commanders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. It's a nice run there. It gets them down to the 6.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Terry McLaurin, the intended target on that one, and it'll lead to a 2nd and goal.
It's hard to play that ball any better than the way that defender did right there. I mean, to stay patient throughout the entire play and make sure that not only are you in prime position to make it, but then once the ball is there, attack it, knock it down, and save a touchdown.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can feel them starting to press a little bit, especially with this passing game. They find themselves so close to the end zone, they got to get it over the goal line. You got to be a little bit more accurate. You got to be a little bit smarter with the ball. And right now, the timing, the spacing, it's just not matching up.
3rd and goal. It's Daniels. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field. And then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on 4th down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3? Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Here comes the return from a yard or 2 deep. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Devon Achane ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive teammates. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Man in motion here is Washington. Opening carry of the game for the speedster, Devon Achane. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. The veteran Bobby Wagner in there on the stop. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll put a receiver in motion right. Once again, it's Achane. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
3rd and long. Here's Tua. And this drive is going backward. Taken down for a loss. The defense with a quick 3 and out. So we are through 1 on Sunday Night Football. It's the Commanders with the early lead. And we're back to South Florida after this. On 4th down, they'll turn to Ryan Stonehouse here to punt, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. This brought in out past the 20. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this 1st down. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. They'll go again with Robinson. And they'll bring him down just shy of midfield, but that is enough. It's a first down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
On first down, right back to Robinson. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Second and 7. First carry for the versatile Austin Eckler. And he'll get this close to a first down. Gets about 7, maybe a yard short of the first down.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
Third and short, and it's Daniels. And it looks like he's going to have a first down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs.
So on these play calls, Mike, on 3rd and inches, typically how it goes is we're going to try to take a shot, then there's a medium zone option, and then the last resort is just pick up the first down with something underneath and get that fresh set of downs. So in this case, he settles for the underneath throw, but it's still enough to pick up the first down. Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Throwing on second down, Daniels. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with the lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. It's first and goal now from just inside the 10-yard line. He'll get this out wide. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line. Down here this close, all it takes is one defensive lineman defeating his block and getting some penetration, and that's exactly what we saw here. Not only to stop the ball carrier short of the end zone, but to take him down for a loss.
They'll motion over Samuel. They'll try to run with Robinson. And he's so close to breaking the plane, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's fourth down. They'll run for it with Eckler. Powering forward. He's in. Austin Eckler. Touchdown, Washington. So they decide to go for the touchdown, and Greg, they get rewarded on 4th and goal with the 6 points.
Yeah, I think the safe bet there is you settle for the field goal and you're happy coming off the field with points, but not this play caller. He rolls the dice a little bit, but give credit to the offensive line. They created just enough of a lane for this back to take it in for 6.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Commanders add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Washington now to return it. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to see what they can do. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Hill brought in motion. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides.
That play had sack written all over it, so that's a great job by the quarterback, not only escaping the initial pressure. Even though he doesn't gain a whole lot, he's able to pick up some positive yards for what looked like a disaster in the start.
They'll bring Waller in motion here. Tua going to give it to Achane. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
You know, we spend a lot of time praising the running backs, and deservingly so. But oftentimes, it's a combination of the scheme and the big guys up front who make it work, and that's exactly what we saw here on the big pickup.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Tua. That's complete. It's Jalen Waddle. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Tua. He runs with it. And Tua very wisely hits the deck after picking up the 1st down.
Mike, this is great awareness by the quarterback manipulating the pocket. He feels the pressure coming on around him, but so often the soft spot is moving up in the pocket. That's exactly what he does. Takes off down the middle of the field, picks up good yardage, and a 1st down.
They'll bring Waller in motion here. Off the RPO, they'll get it to Brown. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. Austin Jackson, the former 1st-rounder, guilty there. Two minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to Miami after this. From the gun, here's Tua. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, if you're going to target him in the end zone, you better come correct, man, because this guy, he embraces those moments of one-on-one coverage when it matters the most, and I think he just saved 6 by getting his hands on that one.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. That's taken in by Achane. They can keep the drive alive if they get to the 4, but facing third down at the moment. Here's Tagovailoa. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Tua Tagovailoa. Touchdown, Dolphins. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Jason Sanders on for the point after. His kick is good, and the Dolphins have cut the deficit to 5. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Austin Eckler now to return. And he'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Commanders' offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And this throw batted away and incomplete. Luke McCaffrey, the intended receiver. And that will lead to a 2nd down.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the shotgun on 3rd down. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this 2nd quarter. On 4th down, the Commanders going to send out their veteran Tress Way to punt. Malik Washington deep for Miami. This will be returned from the other side of midfield. And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50 and set up the offense with a short field. The Dolphins offense going to take over here in the last minute of this 1st half. They'll start from the plus side of midfield, looking to possibly take the lead here. It's 1st, and he bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away. In motion, it's Waddle. Off play action, it's Tua. This one caught by Waller. Third and long. Man in motion here is Washington. He'll try and get there on the ground.
This is all about sensing the pressure. You can see him keeping his eyes downfield as long as he can. But ultimately, he decides, I got to tuck this ball and become a runner. He's able to avoid the sack, pick up some positive yards.
So on fourth down, the Dolphins turn to Jason Sanders for the field goal try. This one is good. He knocks it through. So here at halftime, it's the visitors, the Commanders, who are out on top. As we head north to Orlando, we're going to join the coach, Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports halftime report. These two teams leaving the tunnel, and we'll head out with them. It's time to send it back over to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. This is still anyone's ball game at this point. The difference is just 2 as we begin quarter number 3. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Dolphins offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They trail by 2, and we'll start this drive with 1st and 10. They'll bring Waller in motion here. Out of the pistol, here's Tua. This one complete to Washington. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
Play action. Tagovailoa. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Hill brought in motion. Here's a give to Achane. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. In motion, it's Waddle. They'll stay on the ground with Achane. And he will work his way down inside the 30, a pickup of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Now Tua. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
When we met with him during the week, how did he describe himself to us, Mike? He said, I feel like I'm a student of the game. I feel like that's my advantage over my opponent. And as this game's unfolded, it's pretty clear to see why.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Hill brought in motion. Fake the handoff. Now, Tua. Oh, this pass rush dialed in right now. They get him again.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Punt team comes out. Dolphins going to kick it away, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And that one had too much behind it. It's into the end zone for a touchback. The Commanders offense ready for their first possession of this second half. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. Play is made on defense by Jordan Brooks. On 2nd down, it's Daniels. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Robinson. Just pushing guys away as he takes this forward for a gain of 7. Second down and 3. Firing right side, brought in by Brown.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
Now he'll run it. A gain there of 23 yards. 1st down, Washington.
There was a lot of questions surrounding this quarterback about whether his style of play from college would transfer to the NFL game. Well, his ability to create with his legs certainly has here today. We see it with his ability to escape pressure out of the pocket, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now Daniels. Right side, hauled in by Samuel. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Throwing now, Daniels. Our throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
Seems like the quarterback was a little predetermined in his read. I think he decided even before seeing the coverage where that ball was going. Next time, read the coverage. Let the play unfold. Don't force something that's not there.
Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
Now they're entering the area of the field, especially with the amount of yards they've gained on this possession, Mike, where it feels like a touchdown is critical. For the defense, settling for a field goal here, especially with the ball where it is, feels like a win.
It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They'll motion over Samuel. Another run here for Robinson. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Here's Daniels. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Jalen Phillips that time, in there for the sack.
If you want to win in this league and have a successful defense, how you perform on third down is critical. Even more so, your backs are up against the wall. The offense finds themselves down in the red zone looking for 6. Those third down sacks go a long way to keeping touchdowns off the board and making them settle for field goals.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Commanders will extend their third quarter lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
After the field goal, back out is Gay to kick this one off. Washington now to return it. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Dolphins offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here, and they'll begin it with 1st and 10. They'll bring Waller in motion here. 2 and out on 1st down. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. And Sunday Night Football continues after this. On 2nd down, Achek. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. Hill brought in motion. They'll fake the handoff. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
Punt team headed out for the Dolphins. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This fielded inside the 35. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Commanders' offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. And they'll run out of the gun. Here comes Robinson. And he'll work his way past the 40. He's tackled after a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Now Robinson. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. He'll try to run for it.
This is the point in the game, Mike, where on third down, you have to get off the field, and they do a great job. They defend everything in the pass routes, nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, but they don't keep him in the pocket. They let him escape, picks up the first down with his legs. They're going to be able to run more time off the clock.
On the option, here's Robinson. And he'll get back to midfield, so no gain on that one.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To throw is Daniels. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
On third down, they'll throw with Daniels. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
As this clock continues to tick, we're getting dangerously close here to do-or-die territory. But after that third down sack, real good chance of getting off the field. No points allowed. Let's see if their offense now can do their job, because defense certainly did theirs.
The Commanders set to kick this one away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth-quarter lead. On the return, here's Washington. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Back to throw is Tua. Quick throw out wide. It's caught.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
2nd down and 8. On the handoff, this is Achane. And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he gets this up to the 40-yard line.
Well, there's not a whole lot of fancy going on here, Mike. This is just kind of old school, line up and run smash mouth football. It's exactly what they did, but it still ends up in a big gain, and he picks up the first down.
1st and 10. On play action, it's Tagovailoa. Sending it deep for Waddle. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down.
Just a great example of not only the anticipation, but the instincts to go break that pass up, Mike. You can see he's clearly looking at the quarterback's eyes, and once that ball was delivered, he's just attacking it and breaking it up.
Here's Tua now on 2nd down. That is caught left side by Waddle. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. Short pass goes a long way. It works to the tune of 25 yards.
As this game continues to come down to the wire, Mike, it just reminds us, this is where quarterbacks earn their keep. You are judged by how you play in these critical moments. In fourth quarter, down a score, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
On 1st down, here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
A pistol set with Tagovailoa. And he won't get away the line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
3rd and long. Here's Tua. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Commanders' offense ready to take over once again. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. That one complete to Brian Robinson. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll throw with Daniels. To the outside, catch made by Brown.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Out of the gun, they give it to Eckler. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. On 2nd down, it's a run with Robinson. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
That's one of those plays where you come off the field, Mike, and you're getting a lot of high fives. Hey, good job. But then that secondary's coach pulls you over to the side and says, hey, nice play. But next time, let's come away with the pick.
The Commanders about to send this one away. A fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The home team's offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Over the middle, it's taken in by Waddle. Now, 2nd and 4. Hill brought in motion. Off play action, it's Tua. He'll get this out to the left flat. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Now Miami going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down. A shotgun snap for Tua. Now he takes off. And Tua very wisely hits the deck after picking up the first down. Gain of 12 and a first down.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
And the rush gets there. Down he goes.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
Now on 2nd and long. Play action. Tagovailoa. This one caught by Waller. And he's brought down, but they are out of timeouts. Now, a big 3rd down. Here's Tagovailoa. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. So a win here on the road for the Commanders. What a finish to this one. The defense comes up with the interception in clutch time to seal it on the final play, and the defense walks off the field with the victory for their team. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. Good night from South Florida.